Guys, now let's proceed designing the latest work section. On our wireframe, we have a heading and a view all button with the images for our projects. So instead of 3 images on each row, I'm going to make it 4. This will make the entire width to be filled. So 4 images, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Let's start on creating a new layer and group it and name it to latest work. Now, let's add a heading and a button. Go to the copy text and copy the heading, latest work. Make sure it is bold and the size is 36 and the color is 3333. Now to position this, measure 120. Make sure to turn on baseline grid and place the guideline there. Move the latest work right there and align it on the baseline. Next is, I'm going to add a little bit of line under this heading. The size will be 48 by 5 pixel. And the color for this one will be orange. I'm going to place it right here. Now, we have a styled heading, and it's more noticeable. Now let's move on to the button. Group this one and name this heading, and create another group and name it button. Now button is very simple. Just create a 14 pixel size and put in view all. The color for this one is the same for the link. Now, to make it a button, the same as we did on the button right here. So Control T and to show what is the current width and the height and width for this one. The width will be 20 pixel padding on both left and right, so that will make 110. Switch on to the rounded rectangle tool to 110, and the height for this one will be 44. Now turn off the fill color and change the stroke to blue. Now align this based on the baseline grid. Align it properly, like that. Now that we have it, let's proceed on the project images. Create another guide, 120 pixel in height. So right there. Since we will have 4 images, let's divide the total amount of width for this. Switch on to the calculator. As we know, we have a 1600 width on our canvas. Let's divide it by 4 we have 400. So create a group, name it project. And each project will have a 400 by 400 using rectangle tool and align it like that. Duplicate this thrice and put the last layer on the other side. Using shift and click to select these layers, align this by pressing this one. Distribute left edges. Group this one and name it row. And duplicate this. This will be row 2. Place it down below. And make sure that this is aligned. Now I wanted to have a 1 pixel line right here, as well as to each images. Do the same on the second row. Something like that will do. Now, let's change the fill color. On the resource provided, I attach some sample images. So for this one, we're going to use this. Make sure it is aligned. The same thing on the remaining images. So I will do this fast. What we're going to do now is to add filter on top of these images. Same thing as we do on the banner. So for these normal images, we're going to add layer, new fill layer, solid color, and make sure you check use previous layer to create clipping mask. The color for this will be midnight blue. Change the fill color to 60 and do the same for the remaining images. Now for the active layer, the fill color for this one will be orange. The opacity will be 90. Copy the orange. And let's add some information. Let's try to add cool guy. For example, and make this 16, make the color white, turn on the baseline grid, place it 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and let's add a date, Thursday, October 3. Or we can just make it 2013, October 3. The month will be 08 313, or just 813. And let's make the font size to 13 and make it regular. 1, 2, 3. Turn off the baseline grid. Change the opacity for this one to 60. Let's bump it to 18. Something like that. Next one is to add the link button. And the size for this one will be 34. 34 by 34. Disable the fill color. Make the stroke to white. This button will serve as a link for this certain project. And we're going to add an arrow icon. Since we don't have it right here, or we can just tweak this by using this one. Just copy that, place it right there, and let's remove this by choosing direct selection tool and delete this, and we're just going to use this one. Let's try to resize this, or we can leave it like the way it is, something like that. Create another, or just simply duplicate what we did and make sure it is centered. Place it like that. Say buttons, and this will be for active, and the remaining images is the normal images. Now let's place it on the center. By selecting the folder button and the base layer rectangle, you can align this simply like that. And we just created our latest work section. On the next video, we're going to proceed and do the design process section. See you guys on the next one.